Bringing our guest, who is a legal practitioner and a member of the Inner Bar and a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Adeboro Adamson. He joins us from our Abuja studio. Mr. Adamson, good morning and welcome, senior advocate.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, I'll ask two questions in one. First, I'm sure you listened to Sowore. I'm sure you have responses to some of the comments he's made. But picking some of the comments he made, one is fundamentally about we can't go to the substantive issues as a matter of fact, but first you respond to some of the things he said. But he's saying that why should the persons who have immunity be able to sue and then the citizens can sue?
Well, that is a constitutional law, a constitutional matter. But in this one, the person or the body responsible for the maintenance of internal security in Nigeria is the one he's facing, and not the president. You know, so it's his constitutional right to defend himself. So instead of all these arguments left and right, you are the one who calls somebody a particular name, and DSS came up to say, look, what you have done is in contravention of the law. And because we have the responsibility of maintaining internal security, please, can you take down that which you have put on your social media? But he refused to retract. And he has insisted. So it's in court. And now it is time to defend himself. So other than all this accusing or blaming everybody, I think he should go there and defend himself. It's a clear matter. If you feel you have a defense to whatever you have said, and you feel you have the immunity to say it or to talk to anybody anyhow, then you have the responsibility to go and defend yourself in the court of law.
So Mr. Adeboro, we know that the DSS is constitutionally mandated to protect the president, but where does that mandate stop as far as protection is concerned? The comment that is in contention has to do with an image of the president, not necessarily a security concern. So help us define within the context of the law where that mandate of the DSS starts and where it stops.
No. You see, the statement he made, according to DSS, is capable of causing problem, causing chaos in the country. So if the supporter of the president now begins to retaliate, what will be the effect? It's internal. It will cause internal insecurity in the country, and that is why DSS has stepped in.
Mr. Adeboro,
and they'll be civil in their action.
Mr. Adeboro, not what the DSS is saying. What is the law saying?
The law is saying that if you have committed a crime, then you should go and face the law. That's the law.
Yeah.
No.
So if you have made a statement that is a contravention.
Yeah. So what aspect of the law has been contravened?
Let me clearly.
What aspect of the law has now been contravened in line with the mandate of the DSS?
Now, I have told you, first of all, that the mandate of DSS is to maintain internal security within the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Then this doesn't bother on security.
And that was why I was trying to tell you specifically that the statement he made can be inflammatory. It can cause problems.
That's according to the DSS, not according to what the law says. No. You are telling us now about what the DSS, how the DSS is interpreting what has been said.
Okay, now let's go. The Cybercrime Act, under Section 24 particularly, is what is alleged to have violated. Now, who is responsible to prosecute crime with respect of that matter? That particularly when it touches the president, is who is to protect the president? Is DSS. So DSS has a responsibility to protect the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and somebody has maligned or alleged to have maligned the president. So it is now the responsibility of DSS to take that person to court, and that's what they have done. And if you look at it critically, DSS in this matter has maintained reaction civilly. They have acted civilly.
Senior advocate,
they have never arrested Sowore up to today.
All right.
He was only asked to retract, and he refused to retract, and they took him to court.
So the big question...
And he's being prosecuted.
Ms. Adamson, so the big question, so let's rephrase. Let's say the president is alleged to, whatever Mr. Sowore has alleged about the president. People are wondering why it is the responsibility of the DSS to protect the image of the president. Those words I'm very cautious with those words. So the president, if he feels insulted, if he feels disparaged, is it that the president himself cannot sue or the attorney general cannot sue? Why did the DSS have to come in? And to what extent does it border on national security? That with I'm trying not to go to the substantive issue because that is what the court will decide. But we're just speaking peripherally now. Why should the DSS be defending the image, keyword image of the president?
I have told you. I said we want to be repeating myself here. The issue is clear. A crime has been committed. And particularly against the president of Nigeria. Yes, I agree. He has immunity. Okay, he can't sue, he cannot be sued. Right? But if a crime is committed, a crime is against the state. Not even the president now, in person. So the crime is alleged to have committed is against the state.
How is it? How is it
responsible?
How is it? No, Ms. Adamson, just hold on. You have brought another dimension. I'm trying my best, and we're trying our best not to speak to the substantive issue. So let's make it simple for everybody. He went and posted. He went. He said I will not be charged for contempt. He went and posted and called the president a name. The DSS swung in and said, "Gentlemen, you cannot do that. Take down this post in 7 days or we'll litigate." And he refused to do it, and that's why they are in court. So the question everybody will ask, even if we cite Section 24 of the Cybercrime Act that has been amended in some part, how does that, because the law there says, it talks about the breakdown of law and order. Can it lead to a breakdown of law and order if answering it will not be adjudicating? If you understand my question.
Yeah. Now, again here right now, maybe you are not listening to me very well. I've said that, look, such statement is capable of causing chaos. If, for instance, the supporters of Mr. President now take the law into their hand and begin to retaliate, what is that? That's a breakdown of law and order. And it will affect the internal security of Nigeria. And that's the mandate of DSS.
So off the record,
that's why DSS, yes. And apart from that, now, who is to protect the president? Agree that the president cannot sue and be sued. He enjoys immunity. But who is to protect, in the event there is an action that will affect the president, who is to protect the president?
So
the president is standing for the state, for the country.
So I think we understand ourselves. So let's say, is it the problem now is that, are we saying that people can say anything? People say anything about me every other day. Some people commend me, some people curse me out. Is it that people can say anything about the president, but there are certain things that they cannot say because it will be criminally liable? Is that what we're saying in this conversation? So we can move on.
Yes, there is a borderline in whatever you are doing. Like, everybody has the right to freedom of expression. You can talk. But your ability, your right to talk is not at large. You can't just say whatever you want to say. If whatever you are saying is in breach of the law, then the responsible person or the affected person or the victim can take you to court.
Mr. Adeboro.
So whatever you are doing,
politicians come at each other every other day, especially ahead of the general elections. And I'm drawing this out based on the point that you make, that this could cause the president's opposition to begin to come at him, and then this would lead to chaos. Isn't that an exaggeration? And doesn't that clog the civic space for people who want to criticize the administration constructively and demand accountability?
Yes, the right to criticize constructively is a constitutional right. But I have said again, whatever you are doing must be within the parameters of allowed by law. If you go beyond that, the state apparatus can swing action against you. So whatever you are doing, yes, you have the right to criticize, even the president or anybody, but your criticism must be within the parameters allowed by law. So where you in your course of criticizing, you breach the law, the responsible body will take action.
All right.
So it does not distract anybody. It does not distract anybody from criticizing, not at all. But you have to know that you have to act within the law.
Well, Senior Advocate, that debate is going to continue in the courtrooms where you and I may not be present. I'm very curious to see how this will play out eventually. So it perhaps may mean that there are certain, you can criticize the president, but there are certain words that will be considered either defamatory or criminally liable. That's the import of this conversation. But we must thank you, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Thank you. You can criticize anybody. But act within the law.
No,
that's the bottom line of it. Whatever you are doing must be within the time allowed.
This argument will never
or the parameter allowed by law.
Let the court decide.
Yes.
Adeboro Adamson, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you, sir.
My pleasure.